Hello and welcome back to Dark Souls 3. This is part 3 of our thrusting sword run. Last time we beat Vort. We made it to this new area. And we talked to some NPCs. Bloop. Yeah, that gets us a sharp gem. Sharp gems are for dexterity, which is very good with a weapon that's coming up. Hehe. Ow. You can go down. Did you drop anything? You did not. Oh well. Now, if you come up here, you might see a bunch of great arrows and some dead enemies. And if you watch for a second, you may see something neat. So, up there, we can put on binoculars. So up there, there's a guy with a great bow. And he shoots the enemies, which is very kind of him. That does, however, come with the problem that he shoots anything that moves. That includes you. However, if you started out with the young white branch as your starting item, he doesn't shoot you, which is very nice and allows you to freely come in and collect a bunch of items. Notably, there's the reinforced club. Arrows of giant rain down beside the white birch. And oh, a titanite shard. We need 3 more of those now. But most importantly is this item right here, the undead bone shard. These are like the Firekeeper souls of Dark Souls 1, where they increase the amount of healing your Estus Flask gives you. So, very good to grab those as much as you can while heading through the lands. And we're not going to use this shielder set, but we can sell them for souls. And then here we can get the Mortician's Ashes, which allow us to purchase a ring, or not a ring, a key. I have an order of events mixed up. But over here, you can make this a jump, and you can grab yourself the Great Scythe, which is another very, very good weapon. It's a very good dex weapon, which mixed with the sharp gem, which pushes you further into dex, makes for a very good combination. Now over there's a big old tree. I mean, there's a few big old trees, but there's that big old tree. And we'll get to them when we get to them. For now, first we're gonna open this door, because I believe it can only be opened this way. And dogs can die because they are the enemy. And we can ignore them because anyone related to the church is an enemy. And they can die because anyone who scales cliffs is an enemy. We have lots of enemies. Don't know what happened there, but that was almost enough to kill him. and like keep him stunned the entire time. Anyways. Yeah, you can roll into these enemies as a way of just like permanently flinching them. So there's a very small cooldown on it. But Titanite Shard. So we only need 2 more. And here we get a bonfire. And sip. So as you can see, we were only missing a small chunk of health, but we still didn't get all of our health back from that. So yeah, the potency of our Estus Flask is not good. And it might have been fine at like 400 HP, 600 HP, but now we're at almost 1,000, so it's starting to lag behind. But here we get the hand axe and an NPC.
Aha, unkindled, are we? Welcome to my abode. I am Cornyx, an old pyromancer. A crow in his cage, as you see now. But here we are, an encounter for the ages. I hear the unkindled make for fine vessels. Care to learn some pyromancies from this old man? Most wise. A chance encounter should not be squandered. To reiterate, I am Cornyx of the Great Swamp. The pleasure is mine.
So he will teach you some basic pyromancies, and you can bring like pyromancy tomes to him to learn some more advanced magics. Fire Clutch Ring, probably pretty good if you're going into pyromancies. And here's the thing we shot down. Partisan, which spear. Alright. Well, down here there's a dog. We can kill them and continue on. And we're not going into any magics. Like, we're not going into sorceries or pyromancies or any of that. Not this run, but Ceastus. But I get all the NPCs just kind of out of habit, and as like an assurance that I don't forget where they are or what they do, or oh god. Anyways, you kill the big rat, and you get the blood bite ring. But they do respawn. And playing through Dark Souls 1, it had a lot of one-time enemies. So I feel like if Dark Souls 3 was more like Dark Souls 1 in certain aspects, that giant rat may have been a one-time enemy. So we'll never know. But here, we're back to this bonfire, where we started out. And also where we got invaded by Hodrick in the last part. But run over. Give Umbral Ash.
Gracious, passing fine ash thou'st given. Let this ash bestow nourishment. I only hope these new wares content thee.
So, that gives some new items. Most importantly, the Grave Key. though, we can sell some things. This. Not using axes, not using hammers, not using spears, not using fists. I may keep this like the claymore just because it's a really good weapon that I like a lot, but I'm not gonna use it. But yeah, just all the stuff we can sell. We're not doing fire attack. We can get this out of here as well. Good. And that allows us to buy both keys.
Ashen one.
So, the reason why I was willing to put off getting probably like 6-7 levels was so that way we could purchase the tower key, which allows you to open this door. Now, I know that there's a trick where you can jump off that tree, and that's cool, that's fine, that's dandy. You want to do that, go for it. More power to ya. But kick down. But I like getting the door. At least on the runs where I'm recording. There are quite a few runs where I don't record, where I just do the jump.
You. Me, pickled pea. Me, bumperum.
Estes Shard, and they are the Traitor Crow. And Illusionary Wall. But yeah, you can drop certain items to get certain other items with them. But here, you can get the Codis Silver Serpent Ring, which gets you, I believe it's 20. It's 20 or 25% more souls from killing enemies, which is pretty good. And you also get an Estus Shard, which means you get another sip of the Estus. And you get both of those by jumping off the tree and doing that. And you can also get the Traitor Crow. But if you do a jump there, you can get the Firekeeper set. I missed it. That's fine. It's very good to line it up, which I did not do. But something about Yul's quest is you need to hit certain amounts of hollowing in order to, like, actually continue getting level ups. And you can see it on the left side, just before, or just under the level, you have hollowing, which is at 1. And you can get a free level right away. And then, I don't know the numbers, like, for the hollowing off the top of my head, but I know that you have to get 2 deads per level. So it would be here? Nope, slightly to the left. That's fine. We really don't need to go for this, but like I said, 2 deaths, you can get a level from Yul.
Oh, I then shall. Be safe.
And with each level up you get from him, you get an extra dark sigil, which then would give you an extra hollowing per death.
Heavens. She was already dead.
So, we can talk to
That is
Andre.
what-
Alright. And Cornyx is right down there. We can talk to him later. For now, because we had one free level off of him, we had one dark sigil, and so we were getting one hollowing per death. But now that we got a second one, now we'll be getting 2 hollowing per death. And so the first level you get for free, the second level you need 2 hollowing. Yeah, there we go. Firekeeper set. Drop down. Again, didn't need to do that at all. But it gets you the Firekeeper set, which is nice. And it also gets us the duds because we need to get those at some point, right? But you can also take a safer path down the other way. And that will make you miss the Firekeeper set, but still let you get the Estus Ring, which increases the potency of your heals. Okay, how much damage do we do to you? Not much. So, you can see there's a bit of a difference there. It's not massive, but it's noticeable. And we still have the Undead Bone Shard, which will give us another boost in potency. And we can burn those here. So that's good. But then, yeah, we can go back to the dilapidated bridge. Because the second key that we purchased, the one for 1,500 souls, you get that from Mortician's Ashes, and that was a loading thing. Anyways, and that lets you open up this door. And if you go over here and to the right, you get Loincloth, and you can pray to Velka. So Absolution is sinning for, like, aggroing NPCs. I don't know if it brings dead NPCs back to life. I don't think so, but if you've hit them and made them angry, that makes them friendly again. And then Dissolution reverses the hollowing. And the more hollowing you have, the more it costs. But then there's also Purging Stones, which will do that for free. Here, Halberd. And here, Skeletons. So, whoa, 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 whoa. That one usually doesn't come out into that room. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen them come out into this room. Either that or I just kill them too fast. Yeah, no, they don't come into this room. Also, if you look just above my head there, nothing. Fog. Boom. And that's something that I didn't really notice until playing Dark Souls 1 quite a bit. And then I started, once I started noticing it in Dark Souls 1, then I started looking around and I started seeing it everywhere. Like, it's in Dark Souls 3, it's in Elden Ring. I'll have to look to see if it's in Bloodborne. But heavy gem, that's for strength. Ew. Poke. Titanite shard. Another Titanite shard. Alright, so that will allow us to get our S-Stock to +3 then. And longbow, we can shoot that down. And that is a blessed red and white shield +1. So, in case you don't know, in Dark Souls 3, blessed weapons heal you. So, it's not much, but you can equip that shield, and you'll get very slow HP regeneration. I'm not gonna use it, but I'm gonna throw it on. And right now we're at 695 HP. Saint's Talisman. And we can climb up this ladder. And then up here there's 2 NPCs. We can talk to this one first.
Who is there? Is someone there? Anyone? Oh, please, whoever you are, touch me. The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me. Ah, yes, there you are. So close, indeed. Then I am not entirely alone just yet. Praise the merciful gods above. Oh, forgive me. I am Irina of Carim. I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the darkness. You are a champion, then? I am weak and unfit to tend the flames. But if it would not trouble you, might I enter into your service instead? Oh, thank you, sweet champion. I shall take my vows. I, Irina of Carim, solemnly swear to serve you.
So, just how Corn does pyromancies, she does miracles. And she can't see in the darkness was freaking her out. And, as you can see, we're now at 800 HP. 803. So, yeah, we had somewhere in the 600s when we started that. So, like I said, it's slow, but it does give you passive health regeneration, which is nice if you take things slow and explore, and eases the burden of your Estus flask, which is nice.
Another one of those unkindled, are you? All you faceless undead, behaving as if you deserve respect, Now you've gone and rescued the wench. How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I'm Eygon, a knight of Carim. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
So it is his duty to protect her, and he doesn't want to do it, so he pawns it off to you. But if you're willing to do it, then he's willing to be an ally. Sir, why did you not move until I decided to swing? And then you went, oh yeah, the Walk City, let's go. Like that just seemed a bit rude. But yeah, the bone thing that we got. Once again. Rude. Anyways. That thing that we got to increase how much Estus we get along with the Estus ring. Like, we're a very good combination. Chill. Yeah, go down there. I don't know why, but for some reason, these games, especially Dark Souls 1 and 3, okay. I don't know about Dark Souls 2 because I haven't played it yet, but especially in Dark Souls 1 and 3, if you get hit while locked on and you press roll, you are going to move in a random direction. Like, you have no idea which direction you're going to go. It could be the direction you roll. It could be a completely different direction. I've not found a consistent method for it yet. And what's even weirder is Bloodborne doesn't do it. If I roll in a certain direction in Bloodborne, I go in that certain direction every time. And so I don't know why Bloodborne gets that right, whereas here I can hold backwards but then go forwards. And it can really screw you over. Anyways, Siegward.
Oh. Pardon me, I was absorbed in thought. I am Siegward of Carim. To be honest, I'm in a bit of a pickle. Have you ever walked near a white birch only to be struck by a great arrow? Well, if I'm not mistaken, they come from this tower. Whoever it is, I'm sure I can talk some sense into them. But I have to find a way up, and that's just the trouble. This lift only goes down, you see, and... Well, that doesn't get me anywhere. This lift only goes down. But you know, with a little warming up, eventually... No. I've got to use my head and think.
So, he's fun. And we can head down here, and there's one enemy down here. They're a one-time only enemy. And beyond them is a bonfire. So, it's good to just run past them. Say, yeah, I'm not dealing with this right now. Get the door, get the bonfire. And then head back. Like, just in case you die. Poke. 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 And killing them, you get Earthhilt Straight Sword. Which is a straight sword that gives frostbite build up. It's pretty good, actually. I don't tend to use it because it has like an effect on it. The like snowy particles, which I find to be a tiny bit weird, and I'm not a very big fan of, but it's a pretty good straight sword. Like, the frostbite can help with bosses. Siegward is gone. It's got pretty good range. Like, look at that. It's got slightly less range than the S-Stock, but that's still good range. And there it is. But I'm pretty sure it has more range than the longsword. It's got descaling for strength and dex, so it's good if you're going into both. Like I said, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Anyways.
I help anytime.
So, if you didn't start out with the Young White Branch, as you can see, these two are separate. And that's because the item descriptions are different. So if you picked anything besides the Young White Branch as the starting gift, then when you're down there, he'll shoot you. And when you come over here, he'll go, "Who are you?" And then you can say make peace, and then he says, "I help anytime." So, yeah, that's why I choose the Young White Branch, just to have him as a friend by default. Anyways, Siegward.
Ah, oh, don't disappear like that. You had me downright worried. But thanks to you, an epiphany has struck me square in the head. I've unraveled the riddle of this inscrutable lift. On some days I begin to doubt myself. I went up the tower, so I thought, then somehow ended up here. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Anyhow, do you see that? That humongous beast? I'm no coward and I've a steady hand, but that thing makes my skin crawl. How now? Think twice before you go down that road. I could try talking some sense into him. No, I think not. He's far too overheated. I've got to use my head and think.
So, we could get another weapon upgrade. And we probably should go get another weapon upgrade. But when have I ever been known to make good decisions?
You should have waited. Well, it's too late now. I, Siegward of the Knights of Catarina, fight by your side. Ah!
Right, so... Ow! Yeah, you come down. I tried to roll, but I was out of stamina. I was just about to say, Siegward's backup, that is not going to end well for you, buddy. Anyways. Oh. Oh. And he goes down. I did not do that well, but... a victory is a victory, so we'll take it.
That was quite a performance. But you mustn't get in over your head. We unkindled must put our duties first. But, for the moment, we've a toast to make. To your valor, my sword, and our victory together. Long may the sun shine! Well, I'm going to have myself a little nap. The only thing to do, really, after a nice toast.
So, yep. You get to fight with him. It's pretty nice. And here you get the large club, which is a pretty good great hammer. And then here, there are 2 corpses with items on them, which we can shoot down. Then one gets you a pale tongue, which is a covenant item, and the other is the northern set, which is the starting set for the warrior, which we're not going to use that, so we can sell it. And we're also not going to the covenant, but just good to have. Now these things, I didn't mention it in the last part, but they're very weak to thrusting damage, which obviously thrusting swords are mostly about thrusting damage. So, if you run with like a straight sword, they might be a bit, not difficult, because they're not difficult. But it might take a few more swings. But that's something that I pointed out last part as well. Like, look at that. Shield up. It took 3 swings. And you have lower stamina recovery, like significantly low. Lower stamina recovery. And you have less range. And that ended up turning them into a 3-shot, whereas this one was a 2-shot. And so that's why I don't tend to swing with the shield up. Some people really like it. And don't get me wrong, with a better shield, it can definitely be viable, but I prefer just existing the normal way. I normally deal with those too, but not this run. This run we have low damage, so I'd rather just run past them. We're also like 41 minutes into this part, and I don't want to go over an hour, but mirror set and the Chloranthy Ring. Chloranthy Ring is another good one. Increases stamina recovery speed. Very nice. But anyways, as I have mentioned before in the past, I don't like going over an hour or hitting an hour. And so around the like 40-ish minute mark is when I go, okay, it's time to start wrapping things up. It doesn't have to be 40 minutes, but that's when I start going, okay, how do I end this? We're still at 2 hollowing.
Just one.
But here we can get another upgrade, 10 base, 2 additional, 12 damage. And we got 1 large titanite shard, so we need 1 more.
Pretty be careful. I don't.
And here, Grey Rat is back up.
Ah, there you are. I was thinking. You know I'm a petty thief. Well, perhaps I'll go on the prowl. Everyone's dead or hollowed away anyway, right? So I might as well fetch some weapons or treasure for you. Well, what do you say? Thank you. You will not be disappointed. Grey Rat the Thief was once a well-known name. Until I ended up rotting in a cell. Goodbye. I will leave for some time. So long for now. Do stay safe, you hear? Or my efforts will have been for naught.
So, I've talked about how I feel with his quest and the pillaging and whatnot in the last run with halberds.
Ah?
So I won't get into that now. But yeah, we can sell all this. But when it comes to the quest line and the steps on that, also 500. But when it comes to the steps, the very first pillaging is free. Like, you don't need to worry about that. Firekeeper set 1500, which is decent, but it's also one of the best looking sets in the game. Only complaint is that it doesn't come with the headpiece that the Firekeeper has. So,
Ashen?
because as you can see, she's got like a helmet thing, crown, whatever you want to call it. She has something covering her eyes, and you don't get that.
Welcome home, Ashen One. Speak thine heart's desire. Very well. Then take them.
And that's ever so slightly disappointing. Alright, so 0, 1, 1, and then here 1, 1, 2.
Retreating to a darkness beyond the reach of flame. Let them assume a new
Alright, so we're 403 souls away from another level.
casting themselves upon new forms. Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of disparity, elucidated.
Oh, we'll go with that.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
And then we can sell some other stuff. Like, we don't need that.
Well, very then take them.
Oh, 3 souls.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
Tragic. It's fine, we... Look at that.
Ash.
Well,
It's fine.
very then take.
Let these souls withdrawn from their vessels, manifestations of disparity,
Yeah, we'll go with this.
elucidated.
Farewell, Ashen Maiden.
So, right now I'm mostly focused on health, endurance, and then maybe we can get dexterity up a bit soon. We'll see, we'll see. For now, I would like to take out the boss, because there's a boss in this area. And so it would be very nice if we could take them out. But, like, without hitting an hour. How reasonable that is. Well, my timer says 47.5 minutes, so we have 12.5 minutes, and this isn't a difficult boss. We don't have a very good weapon class, at least not for fighting them, because this boss, it really benefits to have something that slashes. And we just don't have that, which can be a problem. Also, rude, die. Yeah, also having something with vertical attacks also helps a lot. Thanks for helping me take them out. But yeah, as you can see, we do not have very good damage. I say as we pop 2 pustules back to back. But still, our damage is not very good. And this will kill those guys. So yeah, once you pop the main one, that happens. Nope. I want to get hit by that. Again, don't want to get hit by that. And oh god. But yeah, as you can see there, having vertical attacks really, really good. Like, ow! Jesus. I spent that entire time just wailing on my dodge button. And my character just went, nah, I'm just gonna sit here, I'm gonna vibe. And I'm not getting up, you can't make me. You're not my real dad? I was about to say, I'm pretty sure I can hit that one. So I don't know why the game's not letting me hit that one. Again, vertical attacks, very good, and thrusting swords don't have those. But killing them, solo the Rotted Greatwood, transposing kiln, and 7,700 souls. Now remember, that's with the covetous Silver Serpent Ring. But here we also get War God Wooden Shield, which requires 12 strength. And this is going to be the second shield I use, because as you can see, it is much better. Is there a comparison? Yeah. So, I mean, just looking at physical absorption and stability, 23 higher physical absorption and 21 better stability. So it requires 2 strength, but S-Stock also kind of levels with strength. Not as much as Dex, but it does a little bit. And that is a much better shield. Probably not as good for parrying, but like I said, I'm not super into parrying in this game, so. But this old guy, we can give the transposing kiln to him, and he can work things out, so.
Fret not, fret not. My feet are here firmly planted, for I am a lord, and this is my throne. Oh, belike it is a transposing kiln in thy possession. Seen better days, but methinks it shall suffice. Now, bring to me a twisted soul. Transposition is the art of extracting and coalescing the essence of a soul. In transposing a twisted soul, its true power transferred to thee. Thy purpose is to seek lords and slay them. What's to fear in a little transposition now?
AK boss weapons. So with Vort, you can either get a great hammer that also builds up frostbite, or you can get a ring which recovers HP with successive attacks. I don't know how good that is, but I really like alternate healing methods, like things outside of the Estus Flask, so alluring. And then here, Hollow Slayer Greatsword, or the Rotted Greatwood, you can get the Hollow Slayer Greatsword, or our Store's Spear. Both of which are pretty good weapons, and the middle section, this spear is writhed in rotten, heavily poisonous meat. Defeating foes restores HP. Again, very, very good. I like alternate healing methods. Though, this isn't the Great Sword run, this isn't the Great Hammer run, this isn't the Spear run, so not gonna use any of those. I'll get this, just to see how well it performs.
Now.
But The other soul, right at Greatwood, we can sell that for 3,000. And I'm gonna keep this just because, again, I really like alternate healing methods, but I'm not going to use it. And yeah, that's it.
Welcome us. Very well then taken.
And then here,
Let these
2
souls
levels.
be drawn from their vessels.
Well, we needed 2 levels into strength, so we get 1 damage on our weapon.
Farewell, Ashen Ming.
Right. Boom, there we go. Nice. So, we got some levels with Yol. We killed a boss. We got 3 pretty good rings. We beat another boss, got the transposition kiln. We got a new shield, one that's a lot better for defense and stability. We continued his thing a little bit. We met a new NPC in Siegward. And we got a cool armor set. So, pretty good progress. I'm happy with that. And, yeah.